I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Your situationship doesn't want you.
Hinge, the dating app designed to be deleted.
Dating in this generation, it's awful.
Bumble allows users to select both intimacy without commitment and long-term relationship as their intentions at the same time.
Here is part 1 of Who Did I Marry?
What are your thoughts on the dating scene at LMU?
Ooh, that is a tough one, okay?
I think you should stay away. I would describe it like a puddle. Everybody knows each other.
I don't think there's a great selection of people that are emotionally available.
According to a Forbes survey of 5,000 people, 69% of Gen Z participants say they aren't ready for a relationship, even if they may want one. Instead, many find themselves in situationships, non-committal, intimate arrangements, romantic purgatory. I would argue that the digital age, especially dating apps and social media, is a primary cause of this shift. As humans, we're wired for connection. A 2005 study conducted by anthropologist Helen Fisher analyzed brain scans of college students as they viewed photos of people they loved compared to acquaintances. When participants looked at someone they were deeply in love with, regions of the brain associated with dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for bonding and attachment, became highly active. As mammals, it makes sense that we associate love with attachment, attachment with mating, and mating with survival. In this sense, love is a survival instinct. People need companionship, and social dating apps have made it easier now than ever before to connect. With one swipe, one heart, you could find a match. So why does modern dating feel so frustrating? Social media and dating apps have transformed the dating scene by creating an illusion of endless options, normalizing non-committal romantic arrangements, and weakening our ability to form meaningful connections.
Before, you usually start to connect with someone who is already in your social network, and usually strong social network, right? Like someone who you know, like we're a friend or something. So you originally have some common connections by nature. But right now with dating app, right, or social media, you can actually connect to someone who don't really have any interpersonal connection with you before.
At first, this seems like progress. Because of the digital age, we can meet people across cities, countries, and even continents with just a swipe. More access should equal more opportunities, right? But instead, we're introduced to a phenomena that psychologists refer to as choice overload.
So if you go to a supermarket and there was only like, 2 or 3 brands you can choose for one thing you want, then you probably quickly make the choice, right? And you kind of settle down with that choice. But let's say when people give them like 20 choices or 30 choices, what they find is people actually have a very hard time to choose from it. The psychology do use this kind of theory to explain why people are hesitate to commit nowadays in the dating app, right? Because there are too many choices.
Essentially, dating apps create an illusion of replaceability. Hinge, Tinder, and other matchmaking services allow users to filter potential matches by distance, height, and even interests. In theory, these features should make it easier for you to find your ideal partner, but they also shut down the possibility of connection simply because someone doesn't fit a specific type. Whereas in real life, those potential connections may have been given a shot. Combined with the swipe left, swipe right format, the online search for connections starts to feel more like a game, where complex individuals are reduced to one-dimensional profiles and split-second decisions.
Instead of teaching a man how to fish, it's giving a man fish. Isn't that the expression? With this, it's like you teach them nothing rather than teaching them how to just like riz forever. So no one feels the need to be charismatic or put themselves out there or anything because they're like, oh, I could just go on Tinder and just find someone and then say like weirdly brave things through my phone.
The digital age has not only changed how we meet people, but also how we experience relationships. Social media platforms such as Instagram and TikTok constantly publicize the highlight reel of other people's lives. At the same time, we're exposed to an overwhelming amount of negative information, global crises, economic instability, and a general sense of uncertainty. This constant influx creates a kind of emotional whiplash. We compare ourselves to idealized versions of love while also navigating a world that feels increasingly unstable. In this environment, it makes sense that people would prioritize their own independence and emotional safety, where commitment might feel like an added risk rather than a source of stability. As a result, we see a rise in situationships, convoluted arrangements that lack clear definition and commitment. They offer connection without responsibility, intimacy without expectation, and while this may feel safer in the short term, it often leads to anxiety, confusion, and emotional burnout. In fact, according to a Forbes survey of 1,000 dating app users, 78% of people report burnout. Therefore, even though we're more connected than ever, many people still feel disconnected. So, if the way we're approaching modern dating isn't working, how do we move forward? I think the answer is in how we approach the connection itself. In my research, I came across something called the self-expansion model. It suggests that one of the main reasons we seek relationships is to grow and to expand our sense of self by connecting with others.
If you are really deeply involved with this person, there was always a chance of being hurt. And I think sometimes people are hesitant to commit it because they are worried that they will be hurt.
When we let someone in, we don't just learn about them, we also learn about ourselves. We discover what makes us happy, how we handle conflict, what we value, and what we need. A relationship isn't just about the outcome, it's about experiencing growth. It's not about falling in love, it's about falling into love. So maybe instead of focusing on defining the connection, we should focus on how it feels and what it teaches us.
Love is always difficult, but love is also very beautiful. You have to willing to be hurt to potentially build that connections.